Welcome to CloudBees CI/CD powered by Jenkins X. So we don't have much time, but that's okay because with just a few minutes, we're going to show how easy it is and super simple to be able to start building, developing, and running software in the cloud. Here we can see in the dashboard, we've got a list of workspaces. Now, a workspace is an isolated area where teams can collaborate. Creating a new workspace is super simple. With just a few clicks, we can create and provision out a fully managed CI/CD platform on Google's container engine. Including in this with Jenkins X is Tekton for cloud-native CI/CD pipelines, Vaults for secrets management, and everything else that's needed to get started with cloud development. We can see here we've created our dev tooling workspace. We already have an existing one for the common services. We could connect via the CLI. We can also look at the infrastructure views actually on Google's Cloud Console as well. But for this demo, we're just going to focus on the dashboard. We can connect to our workspace here, and we can see immediately at the top there we have projects, builds, and environments. Now, initially, what we've set up out of the box, we have these initial projects. We have one for staging, development, and production. This is because we encourage for GitOps. So every single project that we can see here represents a Git repository. So any change that goes into any of these environments actually goes via Git. We can also see we have a Node.js application that's already been created. This was created before using JX import. Next, we can go over and see our builds. So we can see any previous builds that have been run or past or probably more failed builds that we're interested in. And now we also have our environments. These are our out-of-box environments that we have today. Before long, you'll be able to bring your own environments as well. So we can see we've got our Node.js application that's actually running in our staging environment. We can see version 0013 that's running there. We've also got the same version over in our production environment. Now, this is running on Google's container engine, so we can see that application is running over in staging. Clicking and viewing the application, we can see we've got our lovely logo actually running in our staging environment. We've got more options here from this view. We can now go and actually have a look at the source code for that change. So clicking this, go over to GitHub. We can see we've got our tagged release version that's for that source code that's running in our staging environment. Now, we can see we've actually got a pull request that's been opened. When we imported this application, we set up the automated CI/CD for this project. So when we have our awesome UX designer from Josh South, he's actually created a pull request. We want to actually go and view and run tests for our automation of our CI. Now, I don't know about anybody here, but reading a pull request of an SVG file change isn't too easy. So what we want to do is be able to actually review this change for real. We want to actually deploy and run this change. So using the automation that we have through Jenkins X, we can actually trigger our pipeline, our automated CI, and this will actually build and run and deploy this application, that change, into a temporary preview environment, as Mo described. So here we're using ChatOps on our pull request to trigger the CI builds, so we're OK to test. Here we can see our build has been triggered. So heading back to the dashboard, we should be able to view our build running. Here we can see we've got our PR9 of the first build that's been triggered for that pull request, and this is Josh's change that's actually being built. Again, this is using cloud-native pipeline executions from Tekton. This is super fast, super reliable, and cloud-friendly. We're building that Node.js application. We're building a Docker image using Canico for nice, secure Docker image building, pushing the image to GCR, creating a temporary preview environment, and deploying that change in. Now, we've sped up the demo just here slightly as DNS propagated, but we've actually shortened that. But this is actually building and deploying and running that application in this preview environment. So you can see on the pull request, the automation has actually commented back on the pull request and said that application is running now in our preview environment. So we can go and actually have a real look at what Josh is actually proposing as a change. OK, that looks a little bit better than reading that SVG file on GitHub. Comparing to our old one, our old image, and our new one, we can trust the UX designers have actually done a better job at this. So let's go ahead, and we're going to looks good to me, this change. Because we are embracing chunk-based development, the automation merges that change because CI test passed. That's going to create a brand new release and automatically deploy that out to our staging environment. So heading back to the dashboard, let's go and have a look at our environments. We can see a build's been triggered, and now we're actually performing a rolling upgrade in Google Container Engine for that Node.js application. Version 003 is going to version 0014. Here we can see we've got a rolling upgrade has been successful. So we can go and actually now view that Josh's change in our staging environment. Looks pretty good. So to complete the full cycle, we now want to promote this change into our production environment. Clicking through the UI, we can promote, and again, the same as staging, this will actually take that change, using GitOps, actually performs a promotion and deploying that change into our production environment. Rolling upgrade, version 0014, pod is ready, and we can go and view our application. Now, this was a recorded demo, but we are super excited to be sharing as much as possible of this. We'll be performing loads of live demos. Come and hang out with us at the booth. There's loads of great talks, so I'd encourage everybody to try and have a look at this and join us on our journey with this as well. Thank you.